rise and shine your light into this world. It's your marijuana motivation time. I'm Mark Saint. This is Saint's Addiction. This is my new See No Evil Jesus shirt. As you can tell, he's ripping the bong. We're showing it off. Yesterday, I was wearing a hoodie in this sunlight about 90 degrees, and I was like, Saint, why didn't you just wear your shirt? You're a shirt addict. You do this every morning. Why don't you just wear your shirt? So guess what? I got a shirt and a hoodie, and it's beautiful outside today. Saturday strategy. We're going to talk about it today, how we're going to use our different strategies to get different results. And as these planes keep busting off in the show and lifting off, you can lift off too. You can light it up. And that's what we're going to do this morning, marijuana motivation time. Somebody cue the intro. Somebody like, share, subscribe. Somebody smile. Somebody shine. It's a blessing. I'm going to give you 10 minutes to shine. Somebody cue the intro. Yes, blessed. We are blessed to be alive. We're blessed to have every day. And today is a beautiful Saturday. It's the day before Halloween. Everybody's going to parties. They're dressing up. And it's a beautiful vibe. The question of the day was, have you ever tried a different strategy to get a different vibe? Now, this is something that most people, we were talking about it yesterday. Someone cue the intro over here or the video over here. And do me a favor and think about it or watch it, but we talked about how we're addicted to our moods, how we are literally addicted to our habits. And as these planes are flying overhead while I'm trying to talk to you, of course, they're trying to ride overhead. This is so much awesomeness going on. As soon as I start the show and let the shine in, it's just like, loud as fuck. All right, blue pie, but I'm going to stand in the shine. So my strategy was to get different results, right? We all want something. Right? We all might want a purse. We all might want happiness. I know we all want happiness and we all want to move away from suffering. But for us to alleviate suffering, we got to come up with strategies not to suffer. Right? When we're in our heads and we got our own habits and we're back to bitching and we're back to our normal default setting of not being happy, it's really hard to switch to being happy, right? Like we want to actually be happy. We don't want to just talk about happy. We want to be happy. So when it happens, and it will happen for all of us, every day it's going to have a challenge, another challenge. Like, right now my challenge is fucking jets flying overhead and being loud. There's always a challenge. But my strategy is to move the fuck out of here. That's what's happening. Look at your boy getting it moved. So when things are irritating you and you have an issue with it, my suggestion, it's a friendly suggestion, is to sit slow long enough for your brain to come up with a different strategy. See, most of us are playing insane. We're literally looking for a different result, but not a different attitude inside of ourselves, right? We haven't given ourselves a chance to be different, right? And one of the hardest things for us to do is to switch tracks, just like a train. I've done it before. I've said it a million times, right? 600 pounds of fucking pure bull fury going straight ahead and just only in a straight line, and I couldn't deviate. I couldn't move away from my decisions, and therefore I was stuck on one track, and that track was going in one direction. Anger, depression, it was going only in one way and one way alone, and that's why I was like, you know what? I want to choose a different way. I want to be the type of person that doesn't let things affect him, but I make an effect inside myself so I can be effective. So here it is. I'll say it again. Are you going to be effective? Or are you going to let things affect you? And that's a real big decision because a lot of people are like, oh, he pissed me off. No, you allowed him to piss you off. Oh, that made me angry. No, you allowed yourself to choose that mood. So in the whole wellness wheel of emotions and decisions, we can keep choosing to be our egotistical selves. We can keep choosing to be angry. I'm sure most of us are still choosing that choice. But don't expect a different result unless you use a different strategy. And that's something that has to hit home this morning because I've been wanting different things and then acting a different way. Your actions will dictate what you really want, right? That's what my spiritual mentor says. Who you are, shout so loudly, I can't even hear you. So when you're saying excuses or you're mumbling or you're using too many words, people are going to trust you less. They're going to think you're suspicious because the truth is simple. The truth gets right to the point. I love you or I don't. You know, and you're just like, wow, is it hard to live a lie? Yeah. If you're not loving somebody and you're trying to pretend like you love them, then yeah, that's going to be a lie. But a strategy, right? A real life strategy where you want something different, you're going to have to act different. That's a trip, right? You're going to have to actually behave differently for different results. Now, most people, they want just to go to work and something to change. No, you got to go to work on yourself. You got to work on your attitude. You got to work on your responses. You got to work on your speed. Most people don't have that kind of adjustment. They just want to go into life, football's the wall. No, there's got to be strategies. Sometimes you got to break. Sometimes you got to take a pit break. Sometimes you got to get some oil. Sometimes you got to change tires. There's so many things in our lives that are moving parts that are going along, and we'll forget to try a different strategy. So it's like, maybe I'll change the wheel. Maybe I'll change the alternator. All that stuff's external, right? But the strategy, sticking to the game plan. I watch fights all the time, and they're like, "Yo, what are you gonna do?" Well, I'm gonna go do some ground and pound. I'm gonna go take him down. He knows he's a strong boxer. I know I'm the stronger wrestler. You know what you're strong at. That's a fact. Everybody's got a talent, and we'll talk about it tomorrow. But today, what are you going to do with your energy? That's the point. Like, everyone has some kind of talent to do something with it, but they might not have the mentality to do something with it. And that's why we always talk about talent and getting managers fired. It's your potential. It's only potential achieved that's in the bank. And that's something that we have to bank on ourselves and go, you know what, dude, this is what I really want. And I'm going to put some effort behind it. I'm not just going to use my words. I'm going to use my strategies. I'm going to use my brain, and I'm going to go make myself do the work that it takes to get the result that I want, instead of the excuse or the habit or the attitude or whatever else that we keep telling ourselves. And we do that all the time. We'll be like, yo, that's too much work for me. I'm out. And it's like, no wonder why it's not getting done. I tell you all the time, opportunities everywhere. It's just covered underneath hard work. We got to do that hard work on the inside. It's that one thing where you go, you know what? The situation doesn't determine my attitude. That's not what happens. Like we say, it's the character, not the circumstance. When we're feeding the homeless over there at Thanksgiving, it's not how life is happening to us. It's how we perceive it. And if we think of things to be dangerous or fearful or not good for us, that's exactly what's going to be. You always going to be that way. You're always going to be like, oh, this didn't work out, and it should have been this way or that way. You should have been that way. You should have adjusted yourself. You should have made a mental decision and go, okay, hey, look, I'm acting out of sorts. I'm acting my usual way. Let me try an unusual strategy and try something else. Have you ever tried loving somebody while they were angry at you? I'm just being real right now. Have you ever tried somebody being super fucking pissed at you and you go, you know what, man, I just love you. I know that's not you right now. I know it's not you acting that way. I know you as a better person. I just love you. And sprinkle more love on the situation instead of joining down and bowing down to a negative situation and joining them in their sorrow or in their anger, or go down to the level. How come we don't reach back up? How come we don't reach the level that we want to be on? This shiny level behind me is exactly the level that's in my mind, because I want shiny things. Not just shiny things like objects, but I want shine, like real, true energy behind things. So when the decisions are made, they glow. And they're the right decisions to make by glowing. Does that make sense? And if I don't like the way the results are, the only thing I can count on is me to make a different strategy. And that's what I wanted everybody to come up with. What's your new strategy? How are you going to get a different result without attempting something else? And I'm not just talking about the outside work, like, oh, I attempted to get up earlier or I tried to work faster. No, I'm talking about your attitude towards the situation. There's a lot of people that go, oh, this has to be hard. Have you ever heard somebody that sucks their teeth like your child? You know, I got to go take out the trash. No, you get to take out the trash because you got to eat. That's exactly what happens. So I heard appreciation over complaint. And that's something I wrote the other day. I was just like, gratitude is everywhere. It's just usually hidden under a complaint. It's so true. So stop complaining. Start strategizing. That's the only thing you can control. You can bitch, moan, and whine the whole way through an experience, or you can activate your mind, get in the motherfucking game, and start choosing a better perspective. That's on my heart from the start. That's your boy Marky Saint. That's your 10 minutes to sign. That's Saint's Addiction right there. So if you got anything out of this message, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you give or take, because I just given you of my time and my knowledge, and I want you to give it to someone else. That's why sharing is so important. So go give it to somebody that needs it. We all need it. We all need mental health. That's just why I do this in the morning. And I hope you're blessed to get this message. Peace and love. And as always, Chigata. And that means goodbye for not forever and finish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, subscribe. Go be nice to someone today. Be the change in the world. And that's how saints light up the world. Peace. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao, Bella.